first step is going to be to identify any high spots and pound them down so you have a nice flat surface you're working with. You don't want it to cook inconsistently. Don't worry about the legs, just at the breast area. Now we're going to season the meat. This is salt, pepper, a little bit of dry oregano, and actually a little bit of dry garlic. Here's our stuffing. Use any stuffing you'd like. I tend to lay it in thick, and if things fall out while I'm rolling, then fair enough, they didn't belong in, but I like as much as I can. Kind of shove some into the legs while you do it. This is a apple and cabbage stuffing. Again, use whatever you want. Now we're going to truss this bird. So we left the bones in the bottom of the legs. That gives you something solid to tie off on. There's a lot of techniques and methods for tying. The simplest is just to tie string around it. This is a little different technique, kind of a butcher's technique. One risk you'll run here is going too tight. You want to allow it to expand a bit when it cooks. So don't pull so tight that it starts to bulge around the bird. Repeat this all the way to the top. Sometimes you end up with extra skin at the neck, and that's great. This bird didn't have a whole lot, so I'm going to have this little bit of a gap, but once it all bakes, you'll never notice. Turn it over, and you're just going to run the string back through. I always like to tie off the first one a little more solid than the rest. Now when we put this in the pan, make sure to put it down with that seam down first. That'll help set it. Got a little bit of string left over. Complete the knot, tie it off, and then cut the string. Now we're ready to pan sear it. Have a hot pan, set it down, seam side down, and let it get some color on it. Now it's ready to go into the oven. Put as much color on as you'd like. It'll gain more in the oven. I like to baste it a little bit. Once it's done baking, about 45 to 55 minutes, go ahead and pull the bird out, cover it in tin foil and a towel, and let it sit for 15 or 20 minutes. Now we're ready to slice and serve. Stuffed chicken.